Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ashley, aka Senorita Spanish, and today we're going to talk about your plans for your first day back from winter break. Okay, first of all, I just want to check in and see if what your situation is like. I know in the past we took finals before winter break, so then when we came back in January, our kids were all shuffled around. It was brand new students. I taught in a school that had over 2,000 kids in it. There were 13 sections of Spanish 1. So even though my prep stayed the same, it was really unlikely that I had a class period with every single kid that I knew. Some of them I had never seen before. So my first day plans are a little bit like my first day of school, but no matter what your situation, whether you're in a similar situation or you have something different where you're back with kids that you've known for years, hopefully this will give you a few ideas for your first day back from winter break. So first things first, always make sure that your seating is ready. So when students walk in that door, you don't want them to come in and be like, oh. You want them to come in and feel comfortable and feel confident and feel welcomed in their classroom. So either stand by the door with your seating chart and just kind of be greeting and like directing traffic. Maybe you have your seating chart projected on the screen right at the front of the room. So as they're walking in, they're saying, okay, there's my name, there's my seat, finding their spot. Maybe use those character cards from Martina Beck's. I'll put a picture of them here for you. Basically, as they walk in the door, they get a card and they have to match the card to their seat. It's a really nice way to kind of randomize a seating arrangement without knowing the kids, but give them a spot to be in and a spot to belong so that they don't run into that kind of like awkwardness. Another option could be to do like a deck of cards where they draw, they have like half a card or they draw a card and the matching deck is taped onto the seat, right? Lots of options for you to be able to randomize seating. Whatever it is, step one, make sure you have your seating plan ready. So whether you have assigned seats or you're doing some sort of randomized option, make sure the students know when I walk in that door, I'm gonna know where to go and I'm gonna be comfortable and I'm gonna be safe. So step two is some housekeeping procedures. Like I mentioned, some of the students have never met me before and some of them I've had for a year and a half at that point. So it just depends. Really quickly go over your basic operating procedures. Introduce yourself and how you like to be called, and check and make sure that the students who are in your room at that moment are supposed to be in your room at that moment. I don't know about you, but the first day of a new schedule, I always have one kid who's like, I need to be in science right now. It's like, okay, go. So I just try and check and make sure pretty quickly into the beginning of the class period. I know like once the semester gets going, I kind of become terrible at taking attendance, but usually for at least like the first 2 days, I make sure that the kids who are in the room aren't supposed to, be in history or something, okay? So introduce yourself, make sure the kids are in the right spot, and then really quickly, housekeeping procedures. What are your bathroom procedures like? How do they go? That kind of thing. Just stuff that they need to know for the first day, right? Then, so you've done seats, you've done some basic housekeeping procedures, then you're going to do a little bit of relationship building, and you can call them icebreakers, you can call them getting to know you activities, you can call them whatever you want to call them. You need to spend some time getting to know your students so they can get to know you, that they can all get to know each other. Community building. And I'll maybe do another video another day on some more options for relationship building. I have a blog post with lots of different options that I will link in the description of this video for you. Spend some time making sure at the very least everybody knows each other's names. The most simple getting to know you activity ever is I don't even have a name for it. I don't know. The ball comes out. And all we do, right, and I introduce it very slowly, is they make eye contact with someone and they ask them a question. And the question changes, right? Sometimes it's a unit specific question, sometimes, right, we're doing a get to know you activity. So, ¿Cómo te llamas? Or, if the students already know each other, maybe you could say, like, ask them one thing about break, like, did they sleep in? Something super simple. So they make eye contact, they ask the other person the question, and then they gently toss the ball. Gently. They're usually really good about it. I've never had a class be like, dodge ball. Make eye contact, ask question, toss ball, sit. The other person catches it, answers the question, makes eye contact with somebody else, asks them the question, and goes on. Just a super simple getting to know you activity. After we've done a little relationship building, a little icebreaker, a little getting to know you, whatever. Like I said, I'll link some more options in the description below. So then we talk about what we did over break. What this looks like kind of varies depending on the level that I'm working with and the level of the student. So, you know, Spanish ones vary from year to year. Sometimes my ones can handle this and sometimes they need that. Some sort of post-break catch-up activity. Sometimes it's I talk about what I did over break and I have like images on the screen behind me with lots of scaffolded support there for them. Sometimes we do like slides where I say, you know, I did this, and they say, I did too, or I did not do that. Sometimes for my other levels, we do like sentence starters where it says like, yo fui, and then they finish the sentence. Sometimes they draw and then write a couple of sentences. Sometimes they have just like open-ended writing. This is the winter break writing, the digital version of it. I have printable versions of all of these pages that I'm going to show you. I just wanted to show you the digital option. So like I was saying, there are different options I'll give to students depending on their level and their Spanish capabilities. So I'm just going to kind of flip through it. This is something that they would just be writing on. There's some scaffolding options for them. This is for after break, and these are for before break. Again, scaffolded. Sometimes I use this both before and after. Sometimes I only use it once, but this gives you an idea. So here there are scaffolded sentence structures for them, and then I have them complete the sentence. And if they want to, and depending on how much time we have and how much time I want to fill, I might have them find their phones and like search for pictures from their trip on their phones, or maybe they'll just insert images for like, yo fui a Chicago. They could insert a picture of where they went. And so there's just different sentence structures set up for them, and there's cute little art to kind of help them say, okay, I can't remember what comí meant because their brain turned off for 2 weeks. So there's like little cookies there to help them, that sort of stuff. And then again, like I said, there's different versions. So the other one was scaffolded sentence structures. This is they're answering the questions based on what they did over break. And then these are the ones that are pre-break in case, you know, you want to use it before break. Sometimes depending on your students, depending on your level, you just need a little bit more options. So it's nice sometimes to just give them the English options while you're kind of getting to know them. Or if you teach like an exploratory class and the preterite is a little bit too much for them. These are like cute writing sheets that are wintry themed, but aren't structured. And they can tell me anything they want. They can, you know, write, obviously this one is a little bit about food. It's pretty open-ended. This way they don't have to tell me, like if there's something that they don't want to share or they're not comfortable with. Having those kind of open-ended slides is a way to give your students that choice and that option. And then just a couple more pages, there's a lot of options in here, is if you maybe have another break coming up in February, you could use this again and use just like one of the other options or use a different slide. Lots of different choices to use this with your students. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that gives you a couple of ideas for things you can do for your first day back. Sometimes I do this for like the first 2 or 3 days back, depending on how much I want to stretch things out. So after my students have done the writing activity, sometimes we'll split up into small groups or maybe a whole class, and we'll do kind of like a rotating speaking activity where we talk about what we did over break. Again, totally depends on how much time I have in my pacing guide and how much planning I got done before or after break. I will add links in the description below for everything that I mentioned in the video, for the getting to know you activities, for the winter break writing activities, all of that sort of stuff. If you have any questions, drop them in a comment. Please don't forget to hit like, then either subscribe or ring that bell if you're already subscribed. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's helpful.